But yeah, we're gonna play some Overwatch, we're gonna play some Mystery Heroes. If anybody would like to join me, you're very welcome to. I don't know how long I'm gonna be going. I'll probably be going for like a bit over an hour, because I will be back again later in the evening for the finale of Animal Crossing. But yeah, we're just gonna get on with it. We're gonna play some Overwatch. But yeah, it's good stuff. I'm trying to think, like, so I finally hit the end of the battle pass. I have to leave to get James in 10 minutes. No worries, it's all okay. Yeah, it's all good. And you'll probably be gone by the time we're back. That's okay. Well, I might be around. It depends. I don't know what else is happening. I will need to go away for a bit after stream. But before Animal Crossing, I might be around for a bit of Overwatch. I'll have to wait and see. Katie, I will keep you posted if I come back. Before I stream again later, I'll send you a message if you're about. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But no worries at all. No worries at all. I'm sorry, my timing sucks. It's on me. It's on me. But yeah. I was going through the list of things Milky has added to his like stream rotation now. Oh wait, we're joining mid game. Uh oh. And I'm very intrigued. I realised I've not played most of the games that were being talked about today. I haven't played Ravington. I haven't played like Outer Wilds. There's a lot of games like that I have not had the chance to play yet. I am very intrigued. Also, I will re-announce it because I feel like it was very briefly talked about. Me and Milky will be trying to do daytime streams, or at least like early evening streams at some point too. So yeah, I look forward to firstly being able to see a bunch of people that can't usually make the stream so late. But secondly, it'll be fun to hang out with. Actually, no, will it be fun? He'll be alright. I think he'll say a few things that will tilt me though. He'll enter streamer mode and he'll annoy me. You know what I mean? I love him really. I love him really. But yeah. When he learns to drive, it'll be freeing. So, fun fact, I don't think I've talked about this on stream. I'm learning to drive at the moment. I am also a passenger princess to Jess. Jess, I'd like to, again, formally apologise. But it's going okay. It's going okay. I'm learning automatic. That was my kind of like... my condition to learning. Was that I think I'm dyslexic, so gears and shit like that are just too... I think it's an added problem for me having to think about that as well as trying to safely drive. So I was like, okay, if I learn, I will do it with this in mind, and I'll go with automatic. But I think it's going okay. I've got my theory coming up like next month, and I've got my practical in the summer. So yeah. But yeah, I understand there's a lot of benefits to learning manual, but I just kind of was like, I'd feared it for so long, like actually doing it. I was like, you know what, I will actually like, yeah, it's I was just like, you know what, I will, if I'm doing it, I'll do it on my terms, and that'll be it, you know. But yeah, no, it's going okay. It was one of those things where I was telling myself I'm not going to be able to do this, but it's not too bad. Good luck, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. I'm getting stressed. PS, do something. Ugh. Just remember the worst thing on the road is other people. Oh, I am... even just after doing some, like, lessons and whatever, I'm like, yeah, I'm just like... these, other people kind of suck, actually. Yeah, I don't know, some people have just been very hard to read as well, so I end up, like, not stalling, but I end up, like, holding back a lot more at some points, and I'm like, no, I need to be a lot more, like, proactive about some things. So it's a learning curve, it's okay. When I was learning, I went to grab the gear stick and I ended up grabbing my instructor's thigh. Nothing, that's... Katie, I'm sorry for laughing, that is so funny. That is so funny. That poor man. Would it be weirder if he responded with that happens all the time? I think it would be. You know what I mean? He was like, I won't tell my wife if you don't. At least he was good humoured about it, that's good. I feel like sometimes you can get really... I've been very lucky, but I've heard from some people that they've had really bad driving instructors, so... I know it can go like both ways, right? But yeah, hopefully they were good though. I mean, you passed, so I assume they must have been pretty good. Yeah, but no, the only reason I've kind of like decided to do it now as well is like, firstly, it's a lot more fair for Jess, but I've always kind of like grown up in an area where I've had like a train station with like very easy access, so it just kind of meant I didn't really feel like I needed to. But obviously, you know, things change. Some jobs I might go for in the future might require me to learn. So I think it's a good idea to learn, right? I think even if I don't enjoy it or do it much, it's something where I'm like, okay, well, it's just a good skill to have, right? So that's kind of what I'm telling myself. But yeah, gives you a lot more options. Exactly. He was so chill. Okay. He's relatively young compared to a lot of the instructors. Ah, shit. Sorry, that was in response. Just to be clear, that was in response to me missing the dart. I'm fuming that he wasn't a crotchety old man. That breaks all of my characterized tropes of driving instructors. How dare. No. I only learned because public transport's so bad here. Oh, it's really bad here too. It's just, it's like... I guess I've always been quite like... How do I put it? Not reserved, but I don't really like traveling much. So if I did travel, I'd travel to like my nearest city growing up, and that was only like a few stops away, right? So even if stuff was like delayed or not very good, it was like a bus journey away or something else, you know what I mean? So it's always been pretty chill. But yeah. I low-key only went with him because I thought he was fit. I mean, fair play. Your priorities were set. So you're telling me the grab could have been tactical then? Is that maybe that's what your brain was telling you? Maybe that was the vibe. Maybe your brain was like, you know what? I've got a chance. To live in a little village, and the buses were only once every hour. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing. If I live somewhere where there wasn't a walkable like train station, and it was only buses, and they were like every hour, I think I would have learned a long time ago. But again, I'm very fortunate that I've had like what I had nearby for so long. Obviously that's not so much the case now, but like, yeah, I don't know, it became a thing. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, no, it's exciting. I will let everybody know when I've and if I pass. But yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. I used to have a moped when I turned 16, which is cool, but definitely it's definitely easier in a car. That's fair. That's fair. You know what? I was jokingly saying to Jess, I love the idea of having a Vespa. Like, it's a joke, but at the same time, if I could pick, I'd just drive around on a little moped, and I would fucking love it. I'd be so happy. I'd go get my shopping on it. Oh, I'm in danger. What is this, an afternoon stream? This is exactly what I said, Pedro. I was like, everyone's gonna be like, what the hell is he doing? Is he well? How you doing, man? Anyway, it's so fun having a moped. I just hop on and drive myself to school. I see my friends whenever I wanted. Yeah, exactly. I think just, that's it. It's so liberating, isn't it? Like, especially if you're like so, or if you've been so reliant on like, not like having other people, like, or needing other people to take you places, but it's definitely a thing where it's like, although I now have agency, I can now do this, you know. What are those things? I would have had it longer, but someone reversed into you. I'm so sorry. That must have been very traumatic. I'm sorry. But yeah. No, fair play though. Fair play. What is this Moira doing? Jetpack cat on point. Wait, is it Ash? Is it both? I think it's all of the above. Oh, fucking hell. Ah, shit. Sorry, I will have a look at chat. It's squeaky bum time. And not in a good way. They weren't going super fast, because it is an older they weren't going super fast, but because it was an older moped, it just wasn't worth fixing, and your insurance wouldn't cover it. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, sometimes having to weigh that sort of thing up is kind of difficult, but I think it sounds like you made the right call. I know, Domino is kind of crazy. They are a crazy hero. I'm still so happy with like the newest Overwatch update. Like, I've always kind of loved this game anyway, even in its like not so great times. But like, I don't know, I just feel like this game, I don't know, there's something about it. I've just got a lot of nostalgia. A lot of nostalgia. It feels like old Overwatch again. Me too. I've genuinely been really enjoying playing again. Yeah, it's been lovely. It's been good. And also a bunch of people, I mean, Katie is a prime example, but like Milky hasn't played this game for years, and Milky came back to it too. Like, there's a bunch of people I know that have like come back to it since, like, and Pedro as well. Like, basically everyone I know has come back to Overwatch because of this update. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I tried to play Stadium the other day, I'm not sure how I felt about it. Yeah, Stadium's a weird one. I can see the appeal, but I'm not a very like competitive person, so game modes like Stadium scare me a bit. I feel like it's a little bit more competitive. That's kind of why I like Mystery Heroes, because I feel like the stakes are like so minimal that it just means that I can kind of get away with being kind of bad. But also, like, it gives me good experience playing people I wouldn't usually play. And I think that's like, it allows me to go out of my comfort zone, which I would not do otherwise, right? Sorry, Banjo-Kazooie music starts. Oh god, they got double Domina. Mostly been playing Mystery Heroes 2, let's go. Definitely helped me with learning the new heroes playing on this mode, because it doesn't matter how bad. Exactly, right? Exactly. Like, and if you're not enjoying it, the game won't force you to keep playing them. They'll just keep giving you different heroes, and it helps you level up your battle pass quicker, because it gives you levels in characters you wouldn't usually have levels in, and that means they're easier to level up. I love Jetpack Cat. Honestly, all of the characters have been really cool. I think, oh, what's the name? Is it Mizuki, the healer? I think they're the only one that I haven't kind of seen the appeal of yet, but I think I just play them very badly. The water one, nah, this dude, this guy here, guy with the massive hat, this guy. Yeah. I haven't vibed. I don't quite vibe with them yet. I think their character's cool, but it's just playstyle wise, yeah. But, and I'm also terrible at Jetpack Cat as well. But Domina, Emery, and Unrun are really fun. Wu Yang's been your favorite? Yeah, Wu Yang. Honestly, Wu Yang's really grown on me. I didn't have to play them at all at first, but they are pretty good. Lucio, mate, come here. Spotify Premium. Spotify Premium. Emery's very fun, yeah. Pedro, have you played Anran yet? The sister of... It's like the sister of Wu Yang. But they're fire. I feel like you'd probably like them. It's very Avatar coded. And not, Jake Sully. Is that the guy? Is that the one that Katie wanted? Wait. Can I say this on stream? You know what, maybe I shouldn't. I'll let Katie say it in chat. You know what, it was said on stream before. But I'll still let Katie be the one to say it. I don't remember what I said, to be honest. So unhinged about him, it could have been anything. I was gonna say something about back shots, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's the only context you get. It was something like that. We'll probably hop on in a little bit. Let's go. I don't know if we quite confirmed it yet, Pedro, but me and Katie might be playing later as well. So yeah, gotta go get James now. I'll see you if you're live when I'm back, and if not, I'll see you later tonight. Hopefully, no worries at all, Katie. Have a good one. Hope the drive's safe. Take it easy. I'll see you in a few. J Boogie, welcome in. You should have added and 100% reason to remember the name on your video title. That's a good idea. I was wondering if I should do 100 and 100 mod as well. J Boogie, how you doing, man? What time is it for you, right? Is it close to, it's close to midday, I want to say? Maybe 11 o'clock for you right now? Yeah. Oh, so for anyone who missed it, we will be doing our last Animal Crossing stream this evening. I've decided I think it's time. I think I've hit my limit for what we can do with Animal Crossing, really. Obviously there's a lot more we can do, but I think in terms of like enjoyment, I've kind of hit my peak. 10:40 close. Okay, nearly there. I nearly got it. About to take your lunch, hell yeah. Where's the funny rat man? My guy. I love this guy. But yes, it is finally Sims time. We will be making the household that is me, Pedro, Flauberry and Milky. We'll be making the J-Buddy house. The fire in my heart will never burn out. Pedro gonna be a vampire in The Sims as well. I mean, we could make that happen. Pedro, how would you feel about that? Also, my track record with The Sims 1 is terrible. Like I said in the Chaos Collective Discord, I burnt the household and the house down within 20 minutes of playing the game. I don't think you can be a vampire in 1. So the collection, so the anniversary collection, Pedro, for Sims 1 and 2, comes with all of the DLC for 1 and 2. So I think there was like something thematically not vampire necessarily. It might be vampire actually, I can't remember. There was something that came with it that made me think it might be different, but again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, if it's an option though, we'll definitely do. We're also going to be doing one more stream of game suggestions. I was talking about it on stream last night. I have decided that I think, although I love you all and thank you so much for all of the suggestions, we're at the point now where we have so many. I think I need to be a lot tighter about what we actually add going forward. So obviously please do keep suggesting things in the Discord, but I think I'm just going to be a lot more like regimented about what actually gets added. Just because it's like, I think a few people have mentioned it before, but I'm also starting to feel it, where I don't think people are fully aware of what's actually on the list at this point, because there are so many games. So I think that I will keep people posted with what actually gets added going forward in the Discord. But yeah, we're basically going to be a lot more tight about it, that's all. I think you can be in 2 or 1. Okay, yeah, I see. Oh, so you cannot be in 2 or 1. Sorry, my bad. Interesting. Well, we can have a look either way. We can have a look either way. As long as we get Pedro a chair and an iconic moustache, that's fine. That's all good. I appreciate it. It was hard to pick a game to add points to yesterday. I thought it wouldn't make a difference to add points onto the lower end. Well, that's the reason why I think it's good to sort of like filter it a bit more, because we're now at a point where I think I'm gonna be real with everybody, and this isn't to scare people. I'm at the point now where we have so many things. 50 points is a good boost. That is true. We're at a point now where we have so many games on there. I don't know if I actually ever have to worry about more games being put on that list. You know what I mean? I feel like that would keep me going until I either stop streaming or until I die. Whichever comes first. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. There's yeah, there's a lot. So yeah, I think that I don't think I want to necessarily cull anything just yet. But yeah, I also think people seem to be really into the idea of having like a gamba spin for being rewarded for coming back for streaks and stuff like that. If people have any better suggestions for how we do that going forward, I think stream streaks is a great way of doing it. But if anybody else has any other ideas, I think having more things like that allow people to gain like very unlikely odds of getting a high amount of votes added to something, but still getting them, I think that could be fun. So yeah, I need to have a think about how we're going to do that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I think most people are in agreement. We have so many now. It's kind of a shock. Obviously, forfeit games, I think that's fine to keep adding games to till the end of time. And Just Kill's making sure we've got a never-ending supply, so do not worry. The forfeit list will be forever filled. But yeah, everything else, as I say, we'll be a bit more regimented about it, I think. We'll be a bit more regimented. Okay, what is this? That's pretty cool. I kind of like that one. It kind of fits the theme of my mech. I kind of like that. Or you could do like me, just add games via the points. Ooh. So somebody redeems. I think the problem I have with that, Pedro, is that there are some games I do not want to play on stream, and I think some people would pay the points for their game to be added. So I think that's the thing, like, I'm a bit picky sometimes with certain things. Like, not obviously I'm very open to trying a lot of games, but like Death Stranding, for example, I think I might make that a forfeit game. Maybe. And then there are games like The Outer Wilds and Hollow Knight, where I think I would really... I've kind of decided I might try The Outer Wilds, but I'm going to play it off stream because I've seen somebody play it before. And I feel like my experience isn't going to be what people were necessarily looking for. I think they look for that first time of them playing it kind of vibe, as opposed to like me, where it's like, oh, I kind of know what's coming, or I've seen bits of it. So and then Hollow Knight, I just don't think I'd enjoy that on stream, but I think I'd enjoy it off stream. So like I say, that there are some games that will work better for it, some games that won't. But yeah, if I get a 10 watt streak, I want you to write me a 5-page essay single spaced on why Coca-Cola is better, and read it during a stream. Wow. There you go. There you go. Well, that's in right. My mod has said that, so I can't really say no, can I? He has a sword, I don't. I've just got like wet noodle arms, I can't really fight back. Fair? I reckon if you present a really good copy pasta, J-Boogie. Like if you present a really, really good copy pasta, I would do it for the bit. I'm not gonna say 10 stream streak though. How about a 20? J-Boogie, I'll say it now. If you get to a 20 stream streak, I will do that for you. And you can pick when I read it. You can tell me when you wish to redeem it. How does that sound? It could be in the middle of an Overwatch game, and you can make me lose. It can be in the middle of Rambo, because let's face it, I'm never finishing Rambo at this rate. But yeah. This guy. Look at this guy's just no, he's not Jesse that guy anymore, he's Cassidy. Cole Cassidy, that's his name. Just a bit of a streak. Not a whole streak. Not an album of streaks. Wrong way. Down the one-way streak. There you go. See? We're cooking. We're cooking. Speaking of cooking, I have an RV for meth now. No. I've started developing the next set of WWE characters. Foster has been made. I've decided instead of Flambe, I've made Blonde Blazer from Dispatch. Who else have I made? I've made Renato from the Stories game we played the other day. The top-down Diablo furry game. And I've made Rambozo. And if you're curious at what that means, Rambozo is a slightly different version of Rambo. I'm glad you got the reference. I still think that's my favourite Limmy sketch, apart from like Kill Jester, is that whole like... That whole thing is so funny. I'm dead. Tragic. But yeah. So we've got some fun things this week. And then Beyond the Steel Sky is continuing. Ni no Kuni's coming back to being a stream game. I've talked about that a little bit. Just because I've realised I've kinda what does that even mean? I've kinda made it very difficult for me to commit to as many things as possible throughout the day while I also work 2 jobs. So it means that I've come to realise that I think that I need to accept that Ni no Kuni should probably be a stream game, purely because I can actually dedicate time to it then. And honestly, I think it would work well as a stream game as well. The off-stream idea was good in theory, but I think that honestly, I'm happier playing things live. And I think what I'll do going forward is if I do want to play it off-stream, I'll try and prioritise playing it with Joel or somebody else, like as a off-stream series, because I feel like, yeah, I don't know, some things just work better in that format. I think Persona was a good call to do that as a recording. But but Ni no Kuni probably wasn't. So I don't know. Again, based on vibes, right? Do a little vibe check. Double Torb is kind of scary, actually. It might have been a good idea if you had the time. Exactly, I think that's the thing, right? Like, if I had a lot more, like, free time, I think it would have been a good call, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. There are still definitely some projects I really like the idea of doing one day, though. Like, I've talked about it before. I love the idea of doing some form of podcasty kind of thing, but I don't know what I would do. I really like the idea of something that's like a game discussion thing, that every episode was about a certain game. But again, it's purely about allocating time with all of these things. Like, I have so many ideas for projects, it's kind of crazy. And obviously with the game idea one for the podcast, it's like having people on talk about a game as well that have played it. I was thinking I could tie it in nicely to what I stream. I must shout them out because I feel like it's a little bit of what they used to do. But Book Club for Games, me and J Boogie's friend Mark used to have a discussion segment at the end of his playthroughs of games. And I always really liked the idea of playing something and then having a full-on discussion about it. Like as a post-match kind of thing, right? I don't watch football or any sport, but I know that there's a lot of, like, post-match, this is what happened, and breaking it down. So I really like the idea of that. It wouldn't necessarily just be things I played on stream, but it'd be a nice way of tying that in, right? But yeah, for example, if Pedro had like a game that they'd played and they wanted to come on and talk about it for an hour or something, I'd be fine with that, you know? Kind of like a game club instead of a book club. Exactly. Well, that's what Mark's thing was. His account was Book Club for Games, and he'd play through a game on stream, and he would then talk about it. He'd try and incentivize that people play the game alongside him a lot of the time, and I wish I did that more because I feel like he was really hoping that more people would then come in and talk about it after they'd also played it. At least that was the vibe I was getting. But yeah, also a bit of deep lore. That's how I met Flawberry, J Boogie, Ali, Ray, and quite a few people from not just the Chaos Collective Discord, but my own like personal Discord. So many people I know have come from Book Club for Games, so I have a lot to thank for Mark's like streams back in the day. They were really cool. But yeah, oh, that's a cool skin. I kind of like that. Talon. But yeah, the Book Club for Games thing is cool. Obviously I cannot pinch that name for the podcast, but yeah, I miss Mark's streams. Yeah, I feel really sad because I wasn't really around much for the final couple of games he played. I was sort of not in a good place, and I think life had kind of just gotten a bit busy. But yeah, I do miss them. There is like there's a whole thing about it. You could start incentivizing that. I think I just feel bad that I've ripped his idea though. You know what I mean? I think that's one thing I'm a little bit conscious of. I've already stolen the idea to vote for games from Mark. If you're wondering where that came from, that's already Mark's system that I've yoinked. So I'm a little bit like, I'm a bit apprehensive to steal much more. I'm sure he doesn't mind, but like, it's one of those things, right? It's one of those things. Let me check my phone. Are they currently streaming still? Sadly not, no. They haven't streamed in a hot minute. But yeah, like I said, that's how I met Flawbury. Flawbury raided into them, I think, for a game they were playing. And like I say, J Boogie is an IRL friend of Mark's, and I met J Boogie through them. They're a very important person in the stream lore, you know. But yeah. No, it's interesting. Cool. But yeah, anyway, I like the idea of the podcast thing. I think it's just, I'm aware that it's a very oversaturated market. But I think it would be a fun thing to do. Is wanting to do more real life stuff and hang out with friends. That's fair. That's very, very fair, to be fair. It's like, it is a big commitment. Especially because he was doing it like, wasn't it almost every day throughout the week, J Boogie? Like during the work week, he was on like basically every day. And a bit like how Milky and other people, when they stream during work hours, Mark was kind of that for us at the time. He was kind of like, everybody's either waking up, getting ready for work, or they're at work, depending on the time zone. He started having a set schedule towards the end, that was it, yeah, that was it. But yeah. But yeah. No, overall, I'm, oh shit. Got pinned. I got. But, he's very critical. I think that's the reason why it was kind of engaging though, right? I obviously didn't agree with every opinion Mark had about some games, but like, I think it's always interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like an arsehole or something. Like, I was talking about, Pedro, I must stress, I felt like an arsehole yesterday. I was talking about Matrix. How you just voted for it. I was like, I don't like most of the Matrix movies. And I immediately was like, fuck, I feel bad. I should have said that. But, you know, I had to sort of be like, I guess I'm allowed to have an opinion, right? But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, I understand this is somebody's, like, one of their favourite things. I'm immediately like, oh no, I shouldn't have said that. But no, with Mark, it was a lot more like, I think he had a very, very, like, set expectation with some games, and games in general. And, you know, once you play one or two games that kind of peak a set genre, you kind of have played them all. So, for him, I think it's just a lot more a thing of, like, I can kind of understand his logic for being so critical, but at the same time, like, there were some things where I was like, but I really like Final Fantasy VII, and he kind of hated it. Or he didn't love it. So, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. But yeah, again, the whole thing about this sort of stuff though, right, it's all subjective in reality. Like, obviously it's not a criticism to say, like, you know, like, somebody's taste in something doesn't necessarily mean, just because they don't like it doesn't mean it's a bad product. It's just it didn't do it for them, right? And that's certainly the way I try and look at things in general, is, you know, it's like, even if I don't get something out of it, I realise it was popular for a reason, people liked it for a reason, and that's kind of it, right? Exactly, yeah, exactly, that's very well said, Pedro. Like, we don't have to impose our likes and ideas onto other people. But at the same time, like, you know, if your friend tells you, like, I really like this, you kind of, it's one of those things where I'm like, I really like to give it a shot to see what makes them happy about that, or like what makes them tick with it, right? And you know, sometimes I even come round to it. Like I must stress, my biggest hear me out of all time was Mass Effect. I didn't like Mass Effect 1 or 2 the first time I played them. But I replayed 1 and I liked the story the second time round. The gameplay I'm still not a massive fan of, but I think the story is pretty good. But Mass Effect 2 I think is a masterpiece, like, now after playing it. And I played it through the Legacy version as well. Yeah, the Legacy version was really good. So I don't know, like, I think it's also just like, sometimes when you watch or play something, if you're not in the mood for it, but you push on anyway, that can really impact an opinion. You know? I had the same thing with Arkham City, where I played that, and I remember really not enjoying it, but in my head I was like, but I loved Arkham Asylum, I don't really understand why I'm not liking that. So yeah, I feel like that's another game where I'm like, I should give that another chance. And Bioshock 2. Bioshock 2 is another one where I was like, I kind of don't like that this is just a copy-paste of Bioshock 1. But with like a few different plot elements. But I think that I was being way too critical about Bioshock 2 in hindsight. If you ever get around to replaying the Mass Effect games, you should do a Renegade Shepherd run. Honestly, I should. It does sound like a lot of fun. I wish I could enjoy bad runs. I think I'm learning to like them more. I was originally very, very anti doing them, but I'm kind of learning to love the game a bit. That's so sad. Why would you do this, Wrecking Ball? But yeah, Mass Effect has a lot of depth to it. Also, I think playing Dragon Age helped me a lot with that as well. I think I started to understand what BioWare were going for with their RPGs in general. For some reason I didn't before. But Dragon Age Origins really helped with, like, helped me come round a little bit. A lot of people said I wouldn't like Origins, which surprised me. I thought it was actually pretty good. It was very buggy, don't get me wrong, like it has... The gameplay and integrity of some of the code and whatever is not great by modern standards. Same goes for Vampire the Masquerade, but like, you know, thematically and story-wise, I even really enjoyed the gameplay for Dragon Age. I love Banjo-Kazooie music. Honestly, I might just find a playlist of Banjo. I'm just healing the enemy. That's my bad. Banjo-Kazooie is such good music. You're hot? You're hot? Your favourite Mass Effect was 3. A lot of people hate it. I think I'll probably end up liking 3. I think the trilogy overall I'll probably end up enjoying. My friend Ali is like a proud Mass Effect Andromeda enjoyer, which I think is great. And I honestly, from what I saw, I didn't hate what I saw of Andromeda. I think Andromeda probably just gets a bit of a bad rap for it being like, in the same way that Veilguard did for just being new. I don't know. I still need to play Andromeda. Honestly, you might like it, Pedro. I've heard that like it's really not that bad. It just got a bad rap. I do feel like, and I'm not like gonna pick out BioWare fans too much for this, I do feel like BioWare fans are very much like they do come across as maybe the most picky fandom, or one of them. I do understand in some cases people having issues with dialogue options or lack thereof, but like, but yeah, I don't know, like I've had based on my run-ins with BioWare games and fans, I feel like they're very much like, the early ones are the best ones, and if you say otherwise, you've got a bad opinion. And that's generally, obviously not everybody, I must stress, like, most of the people we know, you know, a lot more accepting of like Veilguard and Inquisition, which is amazing, but I feel like a lot of online opinion there's a weird, like, especially with Dragon Age, I feel like there's a lot of like circle jerking about Origins, which is obviously a really good game, but I do feel like yeah. Yeah, but like I say, like most people we know in Chaos Collective or in my Discord are like very, very like pro Andromeda and pro Inquisition and Veilguards. It's, I don't know, I think people are just very quick to judge, right? Everyone with, I think a lot would say it's an okay game, just not a Mass Effect game. That's fair. I do kind of, I think I could see that being fair criticism, but again, like I've not played it. I must stress, like I've not even played Mass Effect 3 yet, so I've not finished a Mass Effect trilogy or played past Origins for Dragon Age, but like, yeah. In the same way that Veilguard's a good game, but not a Dragon Age game. Yeah, I mean, there must be like a remnants of like, it's it must have some Dragon Age DNA for it to be a Dragon Age game to begin with. I feel like in some cases, maybe with Andromeda it is a little bit less attached to everything else that happens, which is why that's the consensus maybe. But with Veilguard, I feel like in that case it is a direct continuation of the story, right? Because I think with Mass Effect, the trilogy happens, and then Andromeda is kind of like a standalone game in that universe. But I assume Veilguard is essentially Dragon Age 4, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume it is. I didn't play much of Mass Effect Andromeda, but I thought the dialogue choices were really lacking compared to the trilogy. And the dialogue writing was one of the trilogy's claims to fame, so I get it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Again, like, I'm sure there is some good stuff in there too, and I'm sure that it's not completely devoid of, like, anything that, you know, that had the same Mass Effect charm. But I definitely do see, I could see in that instance why people might be less enfranchised, because the Commander Shepard story is kind of done, right? And that's kind of what you're playing Mass Effect for, I think. But with Veilguard, yeah, again, I kind of get that less, because I feel like as long as it's still continuing the story and it's doing a good job of that, I don't know. I don't know. We're doing... I'm gonna jinx the shit out of this, but we're doing okay. Winton. 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 But yeah, I'm trying to think like what other franchises I should give another chance. I feel like there are some games I really, really like. I have a real like, or the franchises. I must just admit as well, when I was younger, I was like late teenager, maybe early 20s. I was very, very like ride or die with a lot of games. Like I was definitely part of the problem in some instances where I was very much like, this does not meet up to my expectations for these games. And I was very quick to judge things. But I think that honestly, as long as you get something out of it, I don't feel like it needs to be the most like... I feel like developers are given a lot of scrutiny these days for making even the smallest hiccup. Like, obviously, if a game is genuinely lacking in content, or if it tonally does not match, or it is fundamentally a flawed game, like it's broken or whatever, then I think that that's an okay call to criticize the developers. But I think in a lot of cases, the developers aren't looking to go out their way to make a bad product. I think they're just trying to do something a bit different. Or they're just trying to do something that's like not been heard or not been played before, or they're trying to... Maybe they've realized what they're doing is getting stale and they need to do something new. So yeah, I don't know. There are some obvious, like... I'm trying to think of, like, good candidates for that. I feel like a game that deserved the criticism was Starfield. Like, I'm not much of a Bethesda guy in general. But from what I heard and saw of Starfield, it looked pretty unforgivable for what it was. Like, who knows, it might get the Cyberpunk treatment and the Cyberpunk treatment and the No Man's Sky treatment, where in a few years' time, maybe it'll be really good. But yeah, that game was really, really, really not what people wanted it to be. And I also feel like it's Bethesda basically trying their luck at using this old-ass engine for as long as possible, and then relying on people to mod the game to make it better. And obviously that's not a problem to have a game that is made purely to then be modded and developed, and I guess even people can make whole games out of your game then, right? Like, look at things like Quake and Doom and Counter-Strike and Half-Life and whatever, right? But in the case of the Creation Engine, I think they need to fucking make a new engine. That thing's been churning out games since like Oblivion. So they need to change something. But yeah, they might be following the directives of the publisher too. Exactly. So like a lot of the time, I mean, we're playing a game right now that has been deeply affected by too many corporate people trying to get their hands on it. Overwatch became Overwatch 2 because the developers were basically told by the now ex head of Activision, Bobby Kotick, who's an asshole, by the way. I hate that man. You need to make $1 billion with Overwatch next year, or we fire 1,000 people, and we're blaming you. And he said that to the game director of Overwatch. Or it might not be 1,000; it might have been like 100 or 200. I can't remember what the number was. So they had to basically make a big splash. They had their hands tied. They were basically being told, right, well, we're gonna basically fire a bunch of people unless this game does well. Obviously, Overwatch 2 ended up being not great at launch. But now in a really good position with it because that guy is fucked off, and these guys are owned by Microsoft now, which I know they have their own problems, but Microsoft is a much safer safety net, I think, than Activision is, or was in general. But yeah, again, executives and like publishers have so much like control over so much of the stuff that the developers just don't really get a say in. It's kind of crazy. You have to take some risks. Remember when almost every PS2 game something different? I do. Look at something like Psychonauts. Like, I hope we play that on stream one day. I think you can vote for it. But Psychonauts is a phenomenal game. That was such a... Actually, Pedro, I didn't send you that one earlier. Add Psychonauts to your list if you haven't already. Psychonauts is like the pinnacle of weird PS2 game. I think you'd really like that one. And it's made by Double Fine, who made Brutal Legends. They made Grim Fandango. They made all sorts of games. It's really good. But yeah, like you say, like I feel like my favorite era, Brutal Legend mentioned. You know what? Brutal Legend's a game I might need to give another go, because that is another one. I really like the hack and slash sections. I hated the RTS sections so much. I thought the RTS moments in Brutal Legend were like some of the most painful things I've ever done. But I like the story, I like the world, and I thought the actual combat was fun. But yeah, the RTS bits were not for me. That was not a something I was expecting from Brutal Legend. I don't know. I'd still say that game was the best skin unlocked for Hammond. Look at this boy. Look at this fella. Good stuff. But yeah, Psychonauts. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, I feel like the GameCube and PS2 era especially had like a lot of like they were just trying to be fun and quirky, and that's great. I kind of miss that because I feel like we haven't really had a resurgence of that for a long time, you know. But yeah. Also, I'm really sorry, J Boogie, I missed this message. There was a fan-made PC port of Banjo released a few months ago. I might play that instead of I have the Switch Family Pass or whatever, the one that allows you to get N64 games. I've got it on that. But honestly, I might play the PC version of Banjo if we stream it. But Banjo-Kazooie is so good. If you ever get a chance to play that game, for an N64 platformer, I think it is chef's kiss. It's so good. It is. I think that game is better than Mario 64. Honestly, I think Mario 64 is great, and it did a lot of good things for the 3D platforming and everything. I respect it a ton. I don't think it's the best N64 game ever made, but it doesn't make my top 20 probably. Maybe no, that's a bit unfair. It probably doesn't make my top 10. It probably doesn't make my top 10. Number 1 is obviously Glover. No, it's not. My least favourite N64 game is Glover by a country mile, just to be clear. I hate Glover so much. It's such a bad game. I can't. Please never play Glover. If you get the chance, please never do. But yeah. Also, the music stopped. Yes. Here we go. An hour of Super Mario music for spring cleaning. You sent me the info for it. Let's go. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, thank you, dude. I'm sure I will make the most of that. Oh, you've actually just reminded me of something else, J Boogie. Today is the last day that the Davebox 420 can acquire games. I think that's all I can say on stream for legal reasons. But I know that you said there was another way to acquire certain things. I make this sound really shady. I'm gonna stop talking about it. But yeah. Oh, that was a question. I've forgotten who it was. Was it? It might have been Ali or Pedro. It might be both of you guys, actually. I might bring Dark Cloud back to being a stream game. Do you think that would... I know that you've got it on your list, Pedro, as a game that you want to play. Is Dark Cloud something that would work well on stream, do you think? I've not played it, so I don't have any context for it. But do you think it would translate well to being a stream game? Only ever played the demo countless times, so I don't know how the full game looks, I see. I would say yes, okay. I will, in that case, I will add it, I think. Because it's, at the moment but based on what we said as well with the off-stream games, I think we'll do one at a time, but I'm also going to be more picky about what we put on there. I think I'm going to take Dark Cloud off of it and put it back as a stream game. But yeah. And then, like I say, I think I might just prioritize things that I want to play with other people, or I know that Joel and Ali have both said they'd really like me to play Clair Obscur, so maybe that would be a good game to play in like a VC with them, as opposed to streaming Clair Obscur. Ah, fuck. I knew that was gonna happen. But yeah, I'll have a think. I'll see what my options are. But yeah. We have 6 kills on our team, meanwhile they have like however many. That's so funny. To be fair, it might even be less than that. Because you share a limbs, don't you? Somebody left. We lost mayonnaise 4, I can't believe it. That was my favourite mayonnaise. But yeah. Oh, in case people missed it, we were talking about Fast Food Simulator being something that we did semi-soon. Me and Callum played it recently on the stream, and it was a lot of fun. It was a very impromptu thing, so I'm sorry for not giving people more notice to join. But we wanna try and do that with a few more people. So if anybody's interested, obviously we'd love to have you. As well as that, though, we're having discussions about doing a repo stream. So that might be something that me and Milky do as one of our like early evening streams. Try and get as many people involved as possible. And that would either be like repo or it would be, I don't know actually. I think repo was mentioned, but Lethal Company also came up, and obviously Peak and things like that are always great too. Yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the vibes are. Name is Huckleberry Thin. Will you be playing for a bit longer? I will probably be wrapping up, honestly, after this game, I'm afraid, dude. I've just seen the time. I thought it was a little bit earlier than that. So, but like I said, if you're around in a bit, I think me and Katie might come back and play later. So, would you like me to? If we do you want me to DM you? I'll see if I'm free. No worries at all. I'll keep you posted then, dude. No worries. But yeah, I just wanted to do like a... This week I've got a little bit more free time. So, like earlier on. So I think I'm going to try and do a few little bonus things here and there like this. I just enjoy like having a chance to... Because obviously when we're playing some games, it's better to focus on the game and stuff. Games like this just allow me to just yap. So, and like chat with everybody. It's nice. I enjoy it. I thought he was going to call in the cunt word. I was worried for a second. So that's a rude word. I'm very sorry. I hope no children were present for that one. I'm very sorry. I'd like to formally apologise. I feel like extra responsible now, by the way. Pedro, I hope you don't mind me saying this. Now I know that there's a chance that Miguel might be in the room. I've actually weirdly become a lot more conscious of like, I need to kind of not swear like a sailor 24/7. Again, it's just a me thing, but I'm just in the back of my mind. I'm like, actually, I should be careful. I can't be I can't be yapping the way I usually do. You most these things, that's okay. Oh, fuck, I think we're dead. That was not a great game of Overwatch. That was so sad. Well, on that note, I think we're going to end it there for Overwatch for now. But again, I will be back later. It might be fun to hang out in the Chaos Collective server for a bit. If people want to join and just have a chat while we play, that'd be chill. But yeah, I will be back again this evening, as per usual. So this will not be the last time you see me for the day. But yeah, I hope you have a great couple of hours while I'm not here. Thank you for hanging out with me, being here. And yeah, we'll be doing the Animal Crossing finale later this evening, so everybody looks forward to that. I might bring it forward a bit, maybe? I don't know. I'll wait and see what the vibes are. We'll do a vibe check. But yeah, you did a thing on the set. Ah, perfect. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. So if you join the Chaos Collective, we're planning on doing a watch party for Rocky. If you are interested, please do join. We will sort a date. But yeah, if you're at all interested, please do join. I'll put a link in now. I need to make a command. I'm really, really bad. I'm really, really bad with this. Hang on. I should definitely make a command. But yeah, we are... Me, Pedro, and Fulbury share a server called the Chaos Collect. We obviously have our own Discord servers as well, but this is just a nice little way for us to have a nice little shared community, have some hangouts, play some games. It's all good. But yeah, anyway, I will park it here for now. Thank you for watching. I will be back later. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Boogie. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, anybody else that's popped by and lurked. And yeah, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.